Love Lies Bleeding, the sophomore feature from director Rose Glass, opens with two distinct images. As ethereal droning music fades in, we see an overhead shot of a giant crack in the earth. The image is tinted blood red, a pitch black void at the center, slowly creeping closer as the camera moves downward. Anticipation and dread build. And then suddenly, the image dissolves into the beauty of the vast New Mexican night sky, the stars twinkling amidst the darkness of the void. The droning music turns to pulsating synths and drums as the camera tilts down to reveal the unassuming crater gym, where our sweaty, blood-soaked love affair begins. Love Lies Bleeding may be a film about love, but do not expect a romance. Love can feel joyous and fulfilling, as it often is portrayed in cinema. But Rose Glass is not interested in that portrayal of love. This love is dirty, it's addicting, it's all-consuming and frightening. It's exhilarating and painful, and Glass's characters will do anything to taste more of it. Kristen-Stewart stars as Lou, a lone gym manager living a driftless existence in a small New Mexican town. She is no longer on speaking terms with her father, played by Ed Harris, a sinister old man with a gross skullet who owns a local gun range, and is likely responsible for a gun-running operation as well as several murders in the town. Lou feels stuck, afraid to leave her sister Beth, played by Jenna Malone, to deal with her abusive, short-tempered husband, JJ, played by Dave Franco. Enter Katie O'Brien's Jackie. Originally from Oklahoma, the aspiring bodybuilder is on her way to a competition in Las Vegas and has chosen Crater Gym as a pit stop to finish up her training. Lou is captivated by this muscular woman from the jump when she spots her from across the gym, and following an after-workout smoke and a performance-enhancing gift, the two find their way into bed. A steamy, riveting love affair ensues, but as Jackie ramps up her steroid usage in hopes of victory in Vegas, and Lou's family history rears its ugly head, things get complicated. The chemistry between the pair is absolutely electric from the very beginning. Stewart has long been an incredibly charismatic screen presence, but it's especially exciting seeing her play a queer character, and imbue Lou with an authenticity that is drawn from her own life. O'Brien, who has experience with bodybuilding but has had very few significant roles to this point, is a revelation, proving a perfect match for Stewart and delivering a truly powerhouse performance. To give you an idea of how engrossing this couple truly is, when I went to watch their incredible meet-cute at the gym in preparation for this review, I found myself at the end of the film almost without even realizing it. They just pull you in and never let go. The vibes that director Rose Glass delivers here are equally immaculate. While I dug her first film, St. Maud, Love Lies Bleeding is an even greater achievement for the young director. Her compelling focus on the human body throughout makes for incredibly sensual imagery that's not afraid to find eroticism in the sweaty, grimy details of human existence. With that, she delivers a dark, sexy crowd pleaser with incredible visual style, stunning sound design, a banger of a soundtrack, and a unique excavation of the darker sides of love. The cinematography from Ben Fordsman is superb. Leaning into the noir aspects of the story, he and Glass deliver high-contrast imagery with deep shadows and a grittiness that you can usually only achieve with celluloid. Perhaps one of the best examples of digital film emulation I've seen, the shadows fall off into deep, grainy blackness. A slight green hue covers the film, and it feels at times like the dirt of this world has smeared itself onto the image itself. That griminess permeates the entire film, as Glass presents us with a dark, damp, hollow version of the 80s that stands in stark contrast to the nostalgia-fueled, sanitized version of the decade we often get. Juxtaposed against the colorful fashion and the groovy music is a palpable sense of dread. Glass's 80s is a place of abandonment, where American prosperity is a thing of the past and the basic social contract has expired. Here, no one is keeping evil at bay. Evil is in charge. With that follows Glass's seedier appraisal of love that reminded me of one of my favorite songs from indie sad girl darling, Phoebe Bridgers. In the chorus of her song, Killer, Bridgers sings,
"Can the killer in me tame the fire in you? Or is there nothing left to do for us? I am sick of the chase, but I'm hungry for blood. there's nothing I can do.
Here, Bridgers is speaking to an overwhelming burning desire for the love of another, one that has put her on an obsessive chase that feels homicidal. Throughout the song, she evokes gallows imagery to describe this hunger. Glass does much the same in Love Lies Bleeding, and in the process gives us a queer love story with far more imperfect and complex characters than we normally are used to seeing. While we are certainly rooting for the love affair between Lou and Jackie, Glass consistently juxtaposes their relationship against other forms of love to tease out her character's hypocrisy and the ways in which their emotions are clouding their judgment. Lou rightly is concerned about her sister's attachment to a man who constantly mistreats and abuses her, but overlooks the ways in which her love for Jackie is similarly leading down a dark path. Yet still, Glass also shows how dark the world can be when we shirk the responsibilities that love entails, as Lou's father is unwilling to take action to defend his daughter from her husband and ultimately turns on Lou to protect himself. Addiction is also a running motif throughout the film. For Lou, that addiction is cigarettes. For Jackie, it's steroids. As the two of them fall deeper into love and push the boundaries of what they are willing to do to keep that love, they give into their addictions more and more. Like in the Bridgers song, they chase after the euphoric feeling of love and lust, attempting to satisfy their insatiable hunger, even if that requires some blood to be spilled along the way. Yet even though Glass's characters do objectionable things, she is not scolding her audience for rooting for them. In fact, like many queer-coded films before it, Love Lies Bleeding finds a story of queer resiliency in the monsters Lou and Jackie become. Though Glass makes a point to have Lou's father have no problem with her being gay, his evil is of a different variety. I think the setting of the film provides deeper subtext. Lou at the start of the film is stuck in this small rural town filled with gun nuts and people who call her a grade A D-slur, a town she is tied down to in order to protect her sister from a toxic heterosexual marriage. Jackie, similarly, hails from rural Oklahoma and is estranged from her family, possibly because she is queer. Ultimately, though Love Lies Bleeding explores the full complexity of love and all its downsides, it also shows why Lou and Jackie fight tooth and nail for it. Glass's rendering of the 1980s as a dark, brutal period echoes the abandonment queer folks experienced during that decade, left for dead by their own government to suffer a horrible plague. Yet in the midst of all that despair and cast out from their communities, these two lesbian women found each other, and they will do whatever it takes to defend the love that they have found. Love Lies Bleeding is a welcome addition to the queer film canon that thankfully expands our representation into more genres and allows deeper complexity for its queer characters. It is also one of the best films of the year. I'm giving Love Lies Bleeding 5 out of 5 stars. It is currently available on VOD.